On News Hour tonight, Culture Minister Musawa wants APC against dropping Shatima from 2027 ticket. 1 week after Kuriminwali abduction, families await return of worshippers. House of Representatives disowns Minority Caucus interim report. And on the foreign scene, Ugandan soldiers and police assault opposition leader's wife. Hello, good evening and welcome to News Hour and Trust TV. I am Mariam Idris. Minister of Art, Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, has cautioned the All Progressive Congress, APC, against altering its Muslim presidential ticket ahead of the 2027 election, warning that dropping Vice President Kashim Shettima could pose electoral risk. In an interview on the mic on podcast hosted by Sheun Okinbaloye, Musawa reacted to speculations that the APC may consider replacing Shettima with a Christian running mate for President Bola Tinubu. She argued that changing the religious and regional balance of the ticket could alienate northern voters, describing politics in the region as deeply rooted in identity and civic participation. Musawa also downplayed the threat posed by opposition parties, particularly the African Democratic Congress, ADC, describing them as fragmented and driven by personal ambition.
I don't think he is a match. I think he's a formidable opponent. But I do not think in 2027 that Vice President Atiku Abubakar, as much as I admire him and he's such a great patriot and, you know, he's like a father of mine, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, with Peter Obi as the Vice President. So the obedience that have vowed not to support, that's going to upset a lot of obedience because they're not really willing to take Peter Obi as a vice presidential candidate, are they? So that's going to upset a lot of people that a lot of people are going to have to eat a crow that said they wouldn't support Peter Obi if he became vice presidential candidate. If it's the other way round, or rather if Peter Obi is on the ticket as a presidential candidate, then that is the fastest way the opposition is going to lose this election. I promise you. If it's the other way, then we have to now question again our sentiment of saying the power should stay in the South for 8 years or for, you know, the full term of. So if it's Atiku on that ticket, so that means ADC does not recognize that the South should maintain power. I don't think he is a match.
Kano State Governor Abubakar Yusuf has announced plans to rejoin the All Progressive Congress, APC, on Monday, January 26, 2026. The governor confirmed the move after resigning from the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, last Friday. According to a statement issued by his spokesman, Sanusi Baturi Dawakin-Tufa. The statement recalled that Yusuf first joined the APC in 2014 and said his return was informed by governance realities, national cohesion and development considerations. Yusuf said rejoining the APC would enhance collaboration with the federal government, accelerate infrastructure development, strengthen security coordination, and improve service delivery in Kano State. He is expected to formally register alongside 22 members of the State House of Assembly, 8 House of Representatives members, and the 44 local government chairmen, and also launch the APC e-registration exercise in the state. Meanwhile, supporters of the 2023 presidential candidate of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, stormed his Kano residence on Sunday. The development is coming on the heels of the defection of the state governor, Abba Yusuf. Kwankwaso, who disclosed this in a statement he posted on his official Facebook, said the supporters came from the Nasarawa local government area of the state. The former governor of Kano State, thanked the supporters for standing firmly by him during what he described as a trying moment. Governor Yusuf recently dumped NNPP for the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. Kwankwaso, who was disappointed by the governor's decision, declared the day he left the party World Betrayal Day. Now, 1 week after the abduction of worshippers in Kurminwali community, Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State, members of the community are still awaiting the return of their loved ones, as promised by the Kaduna State government to rescue the victims from the hands of their abductors. The worshippers, including women and children, were abducted during a church service in 2 churches located in the community. Now, Trust TV's Musa Bello Musa reviews what transpired during and after the attacks in the past week. The report.
It was a Black Sunday for members of Kurminwali community in Afogawat, Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State, where bandits in large numbers abducted 177 worshippers. However, 11 persons escaped, leaving 166 still in captivity. However, the Kaduna State government and the State Police Command denied the report of the abduction, describing it as misleading.
It is categorically confirmed that the issue that is coming out from there is totally false.
But so far, there is no evidence to prove that over 300 persons were kidnapped in Kurminwali in Kajuru local government.
Muna da Lazarus Idris, muna da Mata Idris, muna da Peace Joshua, muna da
The confirmation of the abduction by residents of Kurminwali community and the subsequent denial by the state government and the police created confusion within and outside the state. The denial of the abduction by the authorities caused deep shock and distress in the community. These 3 men are eyewitnesses who escaped when bandits stormed the area. We are in a difficult situation. Many people are fleeing the community. We passed the night in the forest duty fair. There are still 166 persons in captivity. My wife and my 5 children are in captivity. This confirmation by the villagers sparked widespread discussion across the media and other public spaces. It necessitated a visit by Governor Ubasani to the area to commiserate with the community, assuring them of the safe return of the victims.
We have been collaborating with the relevant security agencies, both the military, the DSS, the police, and the Office of National Security Advisor to ensure the quick return and recovery of our people that were abducted in this very important community.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) accused the state government of failing in its initial handling of the incident.
We told them that they were quick to make a report out. You cannot convene a security council meeting of the state and at the end of the day and you are saying such things never took place. It exposed us to the world that we are not concerned about our people. Few hours later, you are now saying it happened. Few hours, the governor was visiting the area.
The Southern Kaduna People's Union Sokapu also called on the government to intensify effort to rescue the victims during a press briefing at the NUJ Secretariat in Kaduna.
Despite the hitches, the federal and state governments are hereby encouraged to please continue to intensify efforts towards securing the safe release of the kidnapped victims and also unleash a total crackdown on the activities of armed bandits and kidnappers.
1 week on, the churches where worshippers gathered for Sunday service remain quiet. For many families in Kurmiwali, prayers continue not in church, but in hope that their loved ones, now in captivity, will soon return home safely. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
The Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, Ogun 1 Area Command, has confirmed an attack on its personnel at Akokoro Iwoye in Emeko Afon local government area. Spokesperson Zakaria Chado said the incident occurred while officers intercepted a 12-tire truck suspected of carrying illicit drugs. Before reinforcements could arrive, armed hoodlums launched a coordinated assault, critically injuring 2 customs officers. Acting Area Controller, Deputy Comptroller Olukayode Afeni, condemned the attack as barbaric and reaffirmed the NCS commitment to combating smuggling. He urged community leaders to discourage such acts and warned that offenders would face the full force of the law, assuring law-abiding citizens of their safety. And now the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has arrested a 30-year-old Brazilian woman, Ingrid Benavides, at Abuja Airport with 30.9 kilograms of heroin concealed in factory-sealed coffee packs worth over 3 billion naira. She was intercepted on arrival from Doha on January 23rd, following intelligence-led surveillance. NDLEA said the suspect claimed she was in Nigeria on holiday. In related operations, the agency also arrested 2 passengers at Lagos Airport with nearly 4,000 tramadol and tapentadol pills, seized 1,848 kilograms of Ghana loud cannabis at Jakande Beach, and intercepted explosive in Kaduna linked to suspect in Kano and Kaduna. NDLEA said the seizures are part of ongoing efforts to dismantle drug trafficking network nationwide. The Gombe State Police Command has confirmed the killing of 3 suspected bandits, recovery of AK-47 rifles and ammunition, and the rescue of kidnapped victims during security operations in border communities. Police spokesperson DSP Buhari Abdullahi said an attempted attack on Friday was foiled due to heavy security presence, but the bandits later struck Garingaladima and Lambo community earlier Saturday. He said a swift response by security operatives and vigilantes led to a gun battle in which the suspects were neutralized and arms recovered. Operations are ongoing to arrest fleeing bandits, some of whom may have escaped with injuries. The police reassured residents of continued efforts to secure border areas and urged the public to provide timely information. And now the Oyo State Police Command has intercepted items suspected to be explosive device in Saki, Okeogun area of the state. The command disclosed these on Sunday in a statement signed by its public relations officer, SP Olayinka Ayanlade. According to their statement, the materials were recovered during a stop and search operation in Saki following credible intelligence. The driver of the truck conveying the suspected explosive devices has been arrested, while both the truck and the items are currently in police custody. Ayonlade said investigations are ongoing to determine the source and intended destination of the materials. The interception comes amid heightened security concerns in the state following the killing of a police inspector during an ambush on a patrol team by suspected bandits on Saturday. Troops of the Operation Hatinkai have arrested a 65-year-old woman Hawa Abdulaziz for allegedly supplying drugs to Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. The suspect was arrested in Askira Uba local government area. According to a statement on Sunday by the Joint Task Force spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Sadi Uba, he said Abdulaziz allegedly supplied cannabis sativa to terrorists operating across several communities in Askira Uba and surrounding areas. Preliminary investigations reveal that the drugs were sourced from Sarti Barua in Taraba State and transported through established routes for distribution. During the operation, troops recovered 14 compressed blocks of cannabis weighing about 30 kilograms. The suspect is currently in custody while investigations continue to dismantle the wider supply network. And now for years, communities along the Kano, Dutse, Kiawa, Bauchi Federal Highway lived in fear. Bad roads, frequent accidents, and lost livelihoods. Today, relief and hope are replacing those fears as emergency roads repairs by the federal government begin to transform lives in Jigawa State. Now, Charles TV's correspondent Ali Rabiu Ali reports.
For decades, this road told a painful story: deep potholes, flooded sections, broken down vehicles, and avoidable loss of lives. For residents and road users, the Kano, Dutse, Kiawa, Bauchi highway was more than inconvenient, it was dangerous. Today the story is different. Smooth asphalt now stretches across communities.
And the one part of this community that we are benefiting this road, and we are really appreciate about what this government did to us. We are thanking the people that take the responsibility of this work, and the work is better than what we have seen before. We are happy of this.
Residents praise the quality of the work but call for attention to drainage, which causes flooding during the rainy season.
We use this opportunity to call who are responsible of this work to help us as a people of this community that we are having water flooding that is disturbing us because of this construction of the road. If there is any chance, then let's construct or build a drainage that will help us to have a chance of life close to the road.
For commercial drivers, the impact is immediate and life-saving. Before this road was renovated, we lost many men and women in accidents because of its bad condition. Now the road is smooth and clear. With smoother roads comes a new concern: speeding. We are pleading with the Ministry of Works to construct speed bumps to control speed and prevent new accidents. Other residents say the road has restored peace of mind and revived daily life. We suffered a lot before, but now all that is gone. Our prayer is that the work continues until it reaches Hadija. Journalists touring the project described the rehabilitation as a major boost to Jigawa's economy.
For this very important project executed or ongoing in Jigawa State. Really, this project is a landmark national investment which will no doubt boost the economic activities of Jigawa State.
From the technical side, contractors said delays caused by funding challenges have been resolved.
This project awarded to us February 2022. We expect to finish this work February 2025, but due to some challenges of receiving our advance payments and other budgetary procedures, we have a delay of almost 12 months without us receiving the advance payment, which delays this project. But now, after solving all those problems, our new target completion date is February 2027. But from the program we are following in our company, we hope to finish this work by December 2026, inshallah.
Federal authorities confirm the project is part of a nationwide emergency intervention.
We are now in Gumel, that is kilometer 47 of reconstruction of Kwanatanja, Tsalle, Garki Gumel, Hadeja, handled by Mrs. Kirawa Global Engineering. The project is, it was awarded in February 2022 and expected to be completed in February 2025.
Executed at a cost of over 890 million naira, with reinforced drains and asphalt overlays, the road now stands as a symbol of timely intervention. For communities along this corridor, the impact goes beyond asphalt and concrete. It means safer journeys, renewed commerce, and a better quality of life. From Jigawa, Ali Rabiu Ali, Trust TV News.
President Bola Tinubu is set to depart Abuja on Monday, January 26th, for a state visit to the Republic of Turkey. A statement from the presidential spokesman, Bayo Onanuga, said the visit aims to strengthen the cordial relations between Nigeria and Turkey, while exploring further cooperation in areas such as security, education, social development, innovation, and aviation. The visit follows the official trip of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to Nigeria in October 2021. During the upcoming visit, both countries are expected to engage in strategic political and diplomatic discussions covering finance, communications, trade, and investment. Key components of the agenda include meeting between high-ranking officials of both nations, as well as the signing of Memorandum of Understanding in scientific research, energy, technical cooperation, media and communications, military collaboration, and protocol. The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service says explosive materials stored in a warehouse caused the fire that gutted parts of the Amuwo Dauphin Industrial Estate on Saturday night. According to the agency, the blaze broke out at a warehouse on Coca Market Road, where hundreds of 200-liter drums containing explosive substances were stored. Firefighters responded to a distress call at about 8:29 p.m. and deployed crews from 4 fire stations. The fire was brought under control at about 5:55 a.m. on Sunday, preventing it from spreading to nearby facilities. Investigations into the exact cause are ongoing, while the agency urged strict adherence to fire safety regulations. In Adamawa Environment reporting, the push for cleaner communities is shifting focus from streets and markets to tailoring shops. In Shelleng local government area, tailors and fashion designers are now part of a recycling effort aimed at cutting waste, protecting water sources, and reducing health risk. Trust TV's Gibson Soadigo reports.
You see piles of fabric of coats the moment you stepped into this tailoring complex in Shelleng. What was once ignored waste has become a growing problem. These scraps block drainages, wash into streams, and threaten water supply systems. Now, tailoring shops are turning into points of action. Officials from the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, RWASA, alongside the Water Sanitation and Hygiene Unit of the Adamawa State Ministry of Water Resources, move from shop to shop, not for talk alone. Fabric waste is collected, surroundings are cleaned, off-cuts are sorted for recycling. The message is simple and direct. Keep your environment clean, dispose waste properly, protect water resources, reduce climate risks.
You know what you said, you are saddled with the responsibility of providing water and sanitation. You are involved in almost every sphere of human existence, be it food, because you need clean water and sanitation to eat healthy, be it clothing or even personal hygiene. You have to be involved in almost everything about that rounds on the environment. So textile waste and tailor cut of negatively affect water sources, and it also affects the general sanitation of the communities. So if they are not properly disposed, they constitute a nuisance to us in terms of groundwater pollution or contamination.
Tellers are taught how fabric waste clogs drainages, pollutes neighborhood, and contaminate water systems, exposing entire communities to disease. Officials say this is how change starts. One shop, one street, one local council.
Everybody is cooperating, so the place is very tidy now, but before the place is very clumsy. But as a result of this training exercise, everybody has cooperated and we have swept all the areas that we have assigned to do.
He said, we now have idea of how to turn this waste into wealth and make our environment clean. For the government, the Adamawa environment agenda is moving from paper to the ground, targeting everyday workspaces where waste begins. Gibson Soadigo, Trust TV News, Yola.
This is the News Hour on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. House of Representatives disowns Minority Caucus interim report. More news when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the News Hour on Trust TV. Now let's take a recap of our major stories again. Culture Minister Musa warns APC against dropping Shetima from 2027 ticket. 1 week after Kwame Wali abduction, families await return of worshippers. Now moving on to more stories. The House of Representatives has dismissed claims that the Minority Caucus constituted an ad hoc committee to review the recently enacted tax laws and submitted an interim report. In a statement issued on Sunday, House spokesman Akin Rotimi described such actions as procedurally improper and lacking official backing. He emphasized that under the House's standing orders, only the House sitting in plenary or the Speaker has the authority to establish ad hoc committees with parliamentary status, while recognizing the legitimate role of political caucuses in consultation and advocacy among members. The House clarified that caucuses do not have investigative or oversight powers. Rotimi noted that the alleged action by the Minority Caucus is inconsistent with parliamentary norms and risk creating public confusion, especially as the matter of the tax laws had already been addressed through proper legislative channels. And now the federal government has commissioned a new road project in Kano State, highlighting their importance for trade, mobility, and regional connectivity. Completed roads such as the Economic City Bichi project are already stimulating local businesses, while major ongoing projects including the 37.8-kilometer Kano Northern Bypass and Section 3 of the Zaria-Kano Road remain in progress. During a recent inspection and commissioning visit, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement in the Northwest, Abdullahi Tanko Yakasai, addressed the progress of this project and fielded questions on timelines, funding accountability, and delivery standards. Tanko Yakasai reiterated that the government is committed to ensuring timely completion, noting that the roads will significantly improve movement of goods and people. reduce travel time and attract investment to the region.
This road is the Kano Northern Bypass. So it's very critical because this road will bring all the people from Northeast. They will have direct access without going through Kano. They will go straight if they're going to northwestern states. So it's very important, and you can see it's a virgin land. So this will bring about a lot of development. So we are hoping the contractor will stick to the bill of quantity and the timeline.
Work is ongoing and is perfectly in absolute compliance with the due diligence. I mean the specifications as per the drawings. And I believe by the time this project is going to be completed, it will improve to the economy of Kano. Expansion of residents, more companies will emerge, therefore giving employment to the teeming youth here in Kano.
Nigerian refugees who fled to Cameroon due to Boko Haram and ISWAP attacks have begun returning home under a tripartite agreement between the federal government, Borno state government, and the UNHCR. The voluntary repatriation ensures that displaced citizens can return safely and with dignity to their communities. Former Senate leader Alion Deme, who has been monitoring the process, commended President Bola Tinubu and Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum for upholding the pact signed in 2017 in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Ndume highlighted the active role of the Borno State government in resettling and reintegrating the returnees, including restoring electricity to Goza, a town that had been without power for over 10 years due to insurgency-related destruction. Under the agreement, refugees are guaranteed not only safe return, but also resettlement support. Most of the returnees are from Borno State, and both federal and state authorities are coordinating efforts to ensure that communities are ready to welcome them back. The Lagos state government has defended its controversial demolition of structures in Makoko and other waterfront communities, insisting that the actions were necessary to protect lives, properties, and the environment. Officials speaking during a weekly X-Space engagement between the government and residents explained that the demolitions are part of a broader strategy to ensure public safety and sustainable urban development. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, and a special advisor to the governor on Aegis and urban development, Olajide Abiodun Babatunde, participated in the session. Omotosho said the demolitions were not anti-poor, as critics claim, but aimed at mitigating the dangers posed by illegal structures built under high-tension power lines and along critical waterways. More than 3,000 homes have been destroyed in Makoko since December 2025, displacing over 10,000 residents. Some community members argue that safety regulations are being used as a pretext for land grabs and gentrification. And now the Biu Emirate in Borno State has revived its traditional cultural day after more than 5 decades of neglect, marking a major step toward preserving and promoting the rich heritage of the Emirate. The historic event, which attracted thousands of residents and visitors, was held in Biu town as the Emirate formally reintroduced the cultural celebration. Last observed several decades ago, Trust TV's Hassan Lawankoli reports.
Speaking at the event, the Emir of Biu said the cultural day, scheduled to be celebrated every December, is aimed at showcasing the Emirates' rich cultural heritage. He explained that the celebration will feature exhibitions of traditional tools, agricultural products, and other cultural artifacts, while also serving as a platform to educate younger generations about their history and values. We have reintroduced this traditional day after 5 decades to preserve all traditions in the Biu Emirate, not only Babur culture. Our people are happy with this initiative, have even suggested extending it to 2 or 3 days. The chairman of the Biu Forum called on the people of Biu to collectively support and sustain the revived tradition, stressing that cultural heritage can only be preserved through unity and community participation.
To imbibe into our youth, right, the need for them to learn the mother tongue and also speak it wherever they are. You know, that is all about preservation of culture, tradition, right, and our language.
Ethnic leaders who led their respective communities to the event also expressed happiness over the revival, describing it as a unifying platform that promotes peace, mutual understanding, and cultural pride.
We
are here to support efforts to preserve our culture. It is worrying that the younger generation is not learning or appreciating our traditions. The event featured colorful displays of Babur culture, including traditional homes, indigenous tools, and farm produce. The highlight of the celebration was a Daba procession led by the Emir through major streets of Biu town, as horsemen in full regalia thrilled spectators with breathtaking performance. The revival of the Biu Emirate Cultural Day is expected to strengthen cultural identity, promote tourism, and ensure the preservation of Babur heritage for future generations. Hassan Lawan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
A young lad in Maiduguri is capturing attention with his remarkable creative skills, turning discarded cartons into beautiful artworks, miniature bridges, cars, houses, and more. 17-year-old Bagoni Mahiru is using his talent to craft a brighter future for himself. Now, let's take a look.
Many of the eye-catching infrastructures in Maiduguri today are symbols of a city recovering from years of insurgency and conflict. This transformation inspired 17-year-old Bagoni Mahiru, who uses his gifted hands to create miniature replicas of flyovers, houses, and toy cars from discarded cartons collected from shops or dumps. Despite lacking formal education and facing life's challenges, Bagoni channels his energy into his art, keeping himself away from idleness and focusing on his passion. I started inventing when I was very young. As a child, I used cartons to make toy cars and other small things. Nobody taught me how to do it. It is a gift Allah gave me. I have never attended school. The house you see here was inspired by a movie I watched. I saw the design and decided to try it myself. And today you can see the result. I have faced many challenges. Once, some boys destroyed what I had made out of jealousy, but it didn't discourage me. It motivated me to start again. I'm appealing to the government, both state and federal, to support me and help me go to school so I can develop my talent further. Bagoni Mahiru's work is a powerful reminder that passion, creativity, and resilience can unlock hidden potential even in the face of adversity. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
You are still watching News Hour on Trust TV. The news continues after the break. Welcome back. In business, point-of-sale POS operators have become a lifeline for millions of Nigerians, particularly in communities without banks or functional automated teller machines, ATMs, as banks grapple with poor network services, cash shortages, and long queues. POS centers have emerged as reliable alternatives for everyday financial transactions. Speaking with residents in Lagos, many said POS services have helped ease daily financial challenges and improved access to cash and basic banking services. Victoria Tokolo reports.
In recent years, point-of-sale POS operators have gradually become an important part of Nigeria's financial system, serving as a bridge between banks and millions of Nigerians who struggle daily with limited access to cash from banks. What started as a convenient means for people to access money without visiting banks have gradually turned into a necessity, especially during periods of banking system failures. In many states across Nigeria, it is common to find bank ATM without cash or long queues that discourage customers. Network failures often prevent smooth and successful banking transaction, and during such time, POS terminal become the most reliable alternative.
So I prefer POS than going to bank because for me, I cannot want to collect 1,000 naira and you are expecting me to go to bank. So POS is very closer, and for me, it's not stress because if I want to go to bank, I'll still enter bus or trek. So in any street like this, you can see POS like in three places or 4 places. So I prefer POS than going to bank.
You know, during the banking system, the time POS never even came out, a lot of people are suffering. Many people are suffering based on when you get to the bank, maybe you wanted to withdraw money and you are in a hurry to get the money. They will delay you to the extent of the time you are targeting to leave the bank may even pass. So now that POS came out, it's so easier that people can quickly make payments rather in their house or in front of their yard.
When you want to look at the influx of Nigerians going to the bank every day for our daily transactions, so you will see that everyone can just go to the bank, maybe to do 5K transfer, 10K transfer. You know, you have to pay transport to the bank to go and do 50,000 transfer or withdrawal of 50,000, and you are paying 3,000 for transportation. So it's not actually like the bank has failed, but also I would also say that the bank has failed in a sense whereby if you check carefully, you see that the survival of POS operators in the country as at the moment is just because of the difficulties that we go through in banks when we get to the bank.
The survival of POS, they are survival, whether people like to patronize them or not. They are survival because when you go to bank, you can't get the required amount you want to get, even if you walk into any ATM, bank ATM. So you will not get the required amount you want to withdraw from your own account. So the POS is the only available option.
POS operators in Nigeria are not just business owners, they have become a crucial part of the country's financial system, providing convenience and serving as a practical alternative amid ongoing banking challenges.
Away from Nigeria, the wife of Ugandan opposition politician Bobi Wine has been hospitalized in Kampala after a violent raid on their home by soldiers, according to her account. Barbara Itungo Kyagulanyi, speaking from her hospital bed, said she was physically assaulted, strangled, and held at gunpoint during the overnight operation. The raid, she claimed, was conducted in a search for her husband, who has been in hiding since last week's presidential election. In a post on X, Bobi Wine said hundreds of soldiers stormed his residence in his absence, looting the property and attacking his wife. Kyagulanyi told journalists the soldiers sought information on her husband and resorted to intimidation and violence to extract it. On sport, Senegal midfielder Pape Gueye has admitted that his team's walk-off during the Africa Cup of Nations final against Morocco was a mistake. Speaking on French television on Sunday, Gueye reflected on the controversial incident that followed Morocco's late penalty award, which led to 20 minutes delay after Senegal players left the pitch. Senegal later returned to the field with Morocco's Brahim Diaz missing the penalty before Gueye scored the winning goal in extra time to seal a 1-0 victory in Rabat. Gueye praised Captain Sadio Mane for remaining calm and convincing teammates to return for the penalty, despite Senegal's frustration over an earlier disallowed goal. He also expressed surprise at Diaz's failed Panenka attempt. Meanwhile, the Moroccan Football Federation has referred the walk-off and crowd conduct to CAF and FIFA. And with that, we have come to the end of the news update on News Hour, I beg your pardon, on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news. I am Maria Midris. Thank you for watching.